Welcome back, folks. S&P's up by 28 points. NASDAQ 100, we're up by 0.9%, 237 points. And right now, folks, as we do each and every Tuesday at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to jump over to our man, Basil Chapman. Folks, you can check out Basil's outstanding program, the Tiger Technicians Hour, every trading morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on Tiger TV at TFNN. And right on the front page at TFNN.com, folks, you'll see his opening call newsletter. Outstanding newsletter, folks. You can get this by signing up right here. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Basil's got updates every single morning. And as we talk about, he puts out videos every weekend, folks. It could be a whole webinar itself, almost hour-long, $149 a month. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you do gain access to some great webinars as well. Basil Chapman, good afternoon.
Hi there, Tommy. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm seeing green all over the board on this market today, Basil. Quite the market indeed. I'm doing well, though. How about you?
Sherwin Williams
right?
Green paint, right?
You got it. I mean, it is something else, man. NVIDIA, we might see $5 trillion while we're talking, Basil, on NVIDIA. This market is something else. But what do you think as we're seeing records in some of these equities, big week of earnings? But please, what are you seeing?
Well, the core concept of the Chapman wave is to identify a low bar and count each successively higher peak. Excuse me. Alphabetize them, uppercase A, B, C, D, E, F, G on the way up, lowercase on the way down. If it gets to an A and then passes it and goes to a B, very often you get an upgrade of the buy signal and it goes to a buy mode. The implication is it should go to at least 4 higher peaks, a peak D. What does that mean to us? Well, look at this. You've got 45,452 as the low that was made back in early October. Went to peak A, went to peak B, broke out of this inside track repellent zone, and that's I'm going to be moving up. I can do it right now, actually, for tomorrow. And that's the inside track. It broke out of it. Now it's got a new one, and it's even broken out of the new one. And it's gone to a leg C. What do I anticipate? A peak C in the next couple of days, and then a leg D, and then we have to decipher what's going on. Do we start to look at a pullback? Is this going to be an instant restart with a move to the upside? At peak D, that's where we reassess everything. But look at the weekly chart. Leg C in the Dow, inside track repellent zone right there being tested, and that to me is really important. So we remain long core position, long in the Dow. And what's really fascinating to me is that actually I should just show you this right now because this is live. This puts the whole thing to a test. So you've got a 10-minute chart with a peak C. Here's the E-mini right now. Is there a chance that in this next move up we get to a leg D? That would be the anticipation. We did it once earlier on at about 9:30 this morning, pull back. So this is what we look at, and all you can do is follow the chart. Look, in this case, the 10-minute chart is a 9-period moving average that is strong, way over the 14-period moving average. Let's go to the Dow. The 9-period moving average, there it is way over the 14. Look at the S&P, leg C. Same thing. Look, the 9's over the 14. Look at the QQQ, leg C, same thing. So I'm anticipating we've got higher highs to come in the very short term. The weekly charts are still fantastic. And I keep talking about these monthly charts. It's almost impossible to actually articulate it. The April low, if that April low was the first leg up in the monthly charts, all of the monthly charts of the key indices, and we should get to 4 higher peaks. That's the Chapman wave methodology. This is a buy mode in one leg. It means that we should make a peak D sometime in 2026, and it can't be before June. If every other month has a higher high, which is, it never happens in monthly charts. So it's really quite, I'm just looking at it and say, wow. But here's something that one cannot, you cannot ignore. The pullback could be anything, as long as it doesn't take out the low. That's the starting point back in April. I don't think it's going to do that. So you could get a couple of months. You could get a very sharp pullback all in one. So I'm just saying at this particular time, everything looks positive, and we remain positive. We have stocks, we have positions that are at all-time highs as we speak. That's the Dow, the AIQ. We still have some left. This is the Global X Artificial Intelligence ETF, and I can go through a bunch of others. But what I started to do for subscribers, and also for subscribers, I like to have price points that are in the single digits, in the double digits, in the triple digits. It really depends on whether I can find something that is in the right area, but is much lower price than, say, for instance, instead of JP Morgan, a long time ago, I chose Bank of America. I said it should have a really good run. It's made all-time highs. And it might lag, but it could give a really good percentage. So I'm trying to find those kind of positions. So we've got 3 new positions in areas. I had mentioned this a little while ago, that we had started a position in Real. This is the Real company, REAL. We got in at $8.30 in September. And here it is, over 54% higher. And it's just about to bump into that inside track. Remember, I showed it to you a little earlier on the Dow, the inside track repellent zone. But this is still only a leg C, as online resale of authentic luxury goods. Then we did start a position because I think the cyclical stocks are going to, the deep cyclicals are going to start moving. So because aluminum is very much part of the, if General Motors breaks out like this, it surely should be helped and help the aluminum company. So we went long Alcoa just recently at 36.20, popped to 41.24, and it's holding pretty nicely here. I've got a couple of charts that I can show you. This is the monthly chart. It's gone to our first target, which was right here, which is at, I think it was 40.62. So it went above that. And if it can get into the 40, if it can get anywhere into the 43.50 area, then this ugly candle from December of 2024 with a high of 44.11 and a low, 44.74 and a low of 38.51, that becomes our next target. So I'm trying to roll into areas that are different. We've had some really exciting stocks like Iran, which is in the this is in the GPUs. It's gone from the 22s up into the 60s. We've got a number of stocks like that. But at the same time, I think it's time to be looking elsewhere to see if we can go into areas that are the old traditional, maybe the more secular type of move, and at the same time, also the cyclical and the deep cyclical aluminum is in that category. So I am looking around to say, we're getting a little bit overexcited in some of the areas that need to take a bit of a breather. Start looking elsewhere. And we have taken lots of profits from the gold and silver positions that we have because we anticipated there'd be some kind of a pullback. Not getting out of it completely because it's still, it hasn't broken serious support, either gold or silver. I'd like to still have something in there, but and the Bitcoin has been very choppy. I've spoken about this on my show many times. I said that the high that was made back in early October, 127,240. I think that's going to stay for a little while. I don't see it breaking down, but I do see it having a tough time, and that's kind of what we've seen. So I'm being very selective here, and I'm looking at different price points that my subscribers can get into.
Well, some great trades, Basil, and folks, you heard it. He's got 3 new ones in there, among many others, but you want to check them out yourself, go check out the opening call. Right in the front page, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, and yeah, those monthly charts, man. This run from April, Basil, we got like 7 seconds, but that run from April, the S&Ps, is the same amount of S&Ps the entire S&P was at in like 2016. How about
That's
that?
amazing.
Like 2,100 points.
Tommy,
amazing.
This is live.
Basil.
We just got our leg D in the 10-minute chart.
There you go. Folks, check it out. Basil Chapman, the opening call. Basil, thanks so much. We look forward to the show tomorrow, man.
Thank you very much, Tommy. Have a good evening.